Pleased to finally meet you in person, Executor. I'm Yanuo.
Her kit is special and she can be confusing at the beginning to understand how she works. So let's see what she can do. We use this mode for traveling and you can make some very fast speedrunner build. You can distract enemies, reduce damage when invisible. But your main focus from this mode is to trigger the hunt effect, where can reset Yanuo cooldown of the main skill. We can do this every 30 seconds. From this attack we gain hyper body, but only when aiming. Could be useful when we want one-tap enemies on casual gameplay, since can do a lot of damage after 6 seconds of aiming. After 2.5, you have already guaranteed headshot. And this attack has the option after you throw a spear to use another skill to travel. Do we use this attack to travel when exploring? Not really, but could be useful when chasing enemies if they run fast away during the combat. In addition, this attack can turn into another if you aim upwards. But during this attack, we can trigger the follow-up attack to travel. For what this attack could be useful? I think you already got the answer. Skill will be your main source of damage. Generate ice cores and creating the rift that we need to detonate ice cores. And I can easily say one of the best skill for DPS or be sub DPS in the future. Increase damage and resist for 2 elements, and that buff stays 60 seconds. Up to 45 ice cores can exist, and whenever you throw a spear into rift, you detonate them all and can freeze enemies. Of course, not the bosses. 1, 2, 3, boom! During rotation, if you care about the damage, we cancel Discharge. Animation take too long and the Discharge itself is not strong. But if you enjoy animation and don't care about the best damage, enjoy the waifu beautiful smile. One-star effect increase the final damage when the enemy is below 80%. So whenever you do some test damage on the cactus, you won't get that buff during the test. On the 0 star, whenever you take a damage in the stealth mode, remove invisibility. Now you can take up to 3 hits. And whenever you break your stealth mode, you gain the shield. 1-star effect and already damage increase and survive ability. And to take a note, this shield stack with Nanin Frost Discharge. 3-star change a lot her kit. And before we go for 3-star, this is how the gameplay looks below 3-star. Now the 3-star. This is where the real beauty starts, but makes more confusing and needs some good timing. Your 2 switch weapons icons will change to Yanuo skills and each use reduce 20 seconds cooldown. So first we use the main skill, then we reset the skill using the hunt effect, then follow up with 2 extra skills icons. So we used 3 times in a row to reduce skill by 60 seconds, so we can use the main skill again. And we finish by throwing the spear into the rift to detonate all ice cores. 5-star increase explosion damage, and now throwing the spear attack can inflict effect that the target will take more extra damage. It's only 5 seconds and you can see the frost icon on the target. 6-star, very strong. Remember that buff from the skill that stay for 60 seconds? Now you can stack to 3 times. The final thoughts: A0 it's fine, but to fully release her kit we need 3 star. My verdict is you just pull for waifu and enjoy A0, but I would aim for A3 or A6, and her A3 has the better assets. The trade is very simple, just need Yanuo weapon, I like 2-piece, and good if you want to use her as a speedrunner, and it's 2 element buff, so can be always useful for another 2 elements. 4-piece is very strong because it will trigger maximum buff from the hunt effect, and that's a lot damage increase, but keep in mind this matrix is a lot locked to Yanuo. I would still suggest A3 first before 4-piece. And same as the new generation characters, weapon have a passive when it replaces Grievous effect, and you have a unique passive from Yanuo weapon. Should you pull is a favorite element for devs? Of course yes, at least for the Frost enjoyers. But she doesn't look free-to-play friendly. If your best Frost is still A0 or A1, then yes, that would be the great buff for your team. But to fully release her kit, we need A3. I enjoyed her gameplay on CN and can't wait to test her on the global. Let me know if you pull in for Yanuo, and that's all from me. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.